We're here in Morgantown, West Virginia, where West Virginia has defeated Oklahoma State 30-21, a fourth straight conference loss on the road for the Cowboys, Gina. And this one came in a shocking way. It was the offense that struggled. J.W. Walsh, 20 of 47, a run game that couldn't get going. What was the biggest surprise to you offensively about the way the Cowboys played today?
I think the biggest thing is you look at all the mistakes that they made. They came into this game with only one turnover. There were 3 turnovers today. J.W. Walsh threw 2 interceptions. Jeremy Smith fumbled twice, lost one of those fumbles. So when you're making plays like that, it's really hard to get the offense in rhythm. And you know, it just kind of never really got rolling in a consistent manner the way we're used to seeing with this team. And then finally they got a chance in the third quarter down in the red zone and could not, number one, couldn't punch it in from inside the 5. And then number 2, missed a chip shot field goal. So that kind of really swung momentum. It was really the Cowboys' last shot to really do something. So, yeah, just a very inconsistent performance. Mike Gundy said it, J.W. Walsh said it, and I think that's what ended up, leading to the loss for the Cowboys.
Lots of mistakes in all phases of the game today. Defense played decent, but let's talk a little bit more about that offense, especially the run game. Jeremy Smith expected to have a big senior season as the Cowboy running back, and he averaged 0.1 yards per carry today. Was it the running back struggling? Was it the offensive line blocking? What was going wrong with the running game?
I think it's always a combination of both when you talk about those things. I mean, the offensive line, again, it's been kind of a makeshift unit all through the early part of the season with the injuries. And West Virginia threw a lot of different stuff at them. They blitzed a lot, which on running plays allows linebackers to kind of get through those gaps and to get those running backs. And yeah, Jeremy Smith maybe has to do a better job of finding holes. Desmond Rowland averaged more than 6 yards a carry when he was in there. So, again, not saying that Jeremy Smith is about to lose his job, but Desmond Rowland was able to find success, and Jeremy Smith, for whatever reason, just was not.
Let's talk defense for a second, because the Cowboy defense got put into some big-time bad situations today. They only gave up 23 points. One of those touchdowns that West Virginia did score was on a pick 6 that they returned for a touchdown. So defensively, really not a horrible day for the defense. Is that maybe the silver lining in this game?
Yeah, I think so. And just when you look at how they performed, especially in the second half when Oklahoma State was trying to make a comeback, they forced a ton of punts. They blocked a field goal. James Castleman got his big hand up there to get that ball. And overall played pretty darn well. Gave up a couple field goals there late. One of them came after a J.W. Walsh interception with about 4 minutes to go. So if you're Glenn Spencer, I mean, yes, you're dissatisfied with the loss, but you have to feel pretty good about how you played. The one thing that they didn't necessarily do so great at was West Virginia threw a lot of just deep balls, lofting it up there, hoping that the receiver would come down with it. And there were a couple times where the receiver did, and you just hate to see those big type of plays. But overall, I think the defense played pretty well in this game.
Lastly, let's talk real briefly about special teams. This was really, in my mind, Gina, the first game that Oklahoma State truly missed Quinn Sharp, the special teams guru for the last couple years, kicking off, kicking extra points and field goals. That was where they really needed somebody like Quinn Sharp today.
Yeah, absolutely. That would have been a huge asset. Again, we mentioned the chip shot field goal by Ben Grogan, and so far this season, he's 1 of 3, and the only field goal he's made was in that Lamar game where there was really no pressure, really nothing super stressful about that situation. But Kip Smith had 2 really short punts that put West Virginia in really good field position, and again, kind of put the defense back on their heels and made things a little bit more difficult. So yeah, Quinn Sharp, he was such a luxury when he was here, such a kicking triple threat. And now, yeah, like you said, this is kind of the first game where we saw what the Cowboys are missing with his departure.
Cowboys return home next week for a game against K-State. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.